works fighting game, Paranormal Fighters.
Down a lot.
Paranormal Fighters is everything that we as a development studio want to do in a fighting game. Some great characters, unique visuals, an exciting storyline, as well as some fantastic new features that set it apart from other fighting games. So first off, I just want to lay out a bit of background research so you know where and who can expect the game on its release. Firstly, we know that many games have a large audience in Europe and the USA. This is no different for fighting games, which is why we have decided to release our game in these regions first. We want to have a simultaneous release in both these regions, and if they are successful, we'd like to expand to Asia and Oceania and other regions as well. The next thing is the target platform. We aim to hit the brand new Nintendo Switch. The Switch has had a very successful release and will really cater to the type of game we want. With the ability to play it anywhere, as well as the access to both Joy-Cons, we can make use of local co-op play and online play to make a great experience. Due to the fact that the Switch is also still new, we believe that we can use it to draw people in who wouldn't otherwise play a fighting game. Finally, there's the target audience and age rating. It is possible to keep a fighting game age rating down, as games such as Street Fighter have landed at a PEGI 12 or a teen. We also aim to hit the same age rating and target our game at teenagers of all ages. We want to keep the content in our game controlled so that it can be aimed at them all, and our primary focus will be on making enjoyable gameplay. Also, with the Switch being a Nintendo system, it does make sense for us to try and keep the rating down.
So, the gameplay overall. We decided to try and keep it towards newer players, but still keeping access to experienced players and people who want to play competitive. Due to the fact fighting games are found mainly in competitive sessions, this is a good aim for us to keep at. Although, local play is usually the lifeline of a fighting game, because people who don't play online will want to play against their friends in the couch play. With the ability to have two Joy-Cons upon release, the two controllers allow local play to be accessible for everyone. Our style is designed to be a 2D design going onto a side-by-side platform to keep the essence of a traditional fighting game. This is so it looks more appealing with our own unique spin on our own gameplay and features. We want it to stand out from the rest of them.
First, we're introduced to the two factions that can be found in the game. The Curate are an aid organisation who dedicate their purpose to minimising the damage and effect the creatures called the Ethereals have on the human realm. The Ethereals, however, are supernatural creatures that inhabit a limbo types universe. Both the symbol and name are used by the Curators as to brand the creatures that are not the human realm. Today we have three characters, two from the Curate and one from the Ethereals, to give you a general example of what these characters will look like. Sylvester Prescott is a disciplined soldier boy character who is more dedicated to his role in the military than over his role as the Curate. Because some inferior blood runs in his body, he's able to take on a more beastly form. He represents the fighting archetype of dynamic stances, which is a character that's able to take on multiple stances to change up fighting gameplay whilst in game. Heidi is one of the Ethereals, a prideful figure like that, who has an interest in human culture and architecture. She represents the fighting archetype zoning puppet/tag teams, which is a character that controls as two characters in one. Finally, we have Deckers, a high-ranking member of the Curate who's jaded though and self-centered member, but who won't go out of his way to help others unless for his own personal gain. Despite retaining his chiseled appearance, he often longs for his lost shoe. He represents the fighting archetype Regulus Dominating, which is a high-ranking character that has an equal balance between specials and normals. Here we see our controls. As you can see here, this is the Joy-Con on the left, and we're trying to keep our controls minimal, so people can have an easy time understanding the button layers. We have a power button that you press to execute your specials. Buttons dedicated to switching between purposing characters and tag team, and your general fighting controls here. On the right, we have a generalized controller meant to represent the Xbox One and PS4 respectively. Though we don't plan to release on such consoles out of releasing, our goal is the Switch. we do have future plans to port to the console once our game has gotten enough ground on the Switch platform. Here are some examples of combos. We put down on the characters on Dexter's and Pike as combos to get it more easily represented. The visual representation is Pike here is visually representing her first combo found up here, and Decker's over here is representing his first combo, but we mix them around.
Right. Now getting to the main part of our game, which will be the game features and the game modes that you'll be able to experience. First of all, there is single fights. This is self-explanatory. It'll be a 1v1 attack. You will choose a character, your friend will choose a character, you can go against an AI or somebody online. Tag team will take the effect of either a 2v2 or a 3v3 situation. Although it's a tag team, similar to King of the Hill, although there are multiple players, there will only be one fighter on screen against each other at any given time. However, the ability to swap out to a different character will always be present, allowing you to mix up your gameplay and find new synergies between different characters. King of the Hill. King of the Hill is used as a winner stays on type gameplay. Scores are given to streaks, so how long you stay on. You can go against your friends or you can go on an online situation. King of the Hill can also work with tag team respectively. Here's a quick diagram of how King of the Hill would actually work in local. Due to the fact that when they play, the player 1 wins, the character who now plays next will now be available. The person with the losing controller will then change to the next person in the party, and they will then play again. As you can see, player 1's really on a streak there. Next, I'm going to show you what the King of the Hill screen will look like. When you're not playing, you'll be able to see who is up next on the lobby register. The controllers move up through the lobby to show who's playing next. The actual configurement of who is in place, it depends on the score. So you'll always know who's winning, but the controller will show who is playing next. On this, we showed a stage I'll come to later, 2 characters fighting each other. At the top, it will show who's winning clearly for everybody. So obviously, Skeleton's winning with a streak of 3. So you'll always know who's winning on a streak, but overall, their win score will be displayed and their lose score. You can decide to change whether you win due to score or due to a streak. Next, we have challenge portals. Challenge portals are effectively the same as challenge towers in Mortal Kombat. They are a way of giving out new challenges to players who maybe completed the campaign or fancy doing something special. In this challenge portal, different rooms will embodiment different challenges. For example, mirror match, no power, you have decreased attack. The rooms for themselves will seem plain until you complete them, when they will glow up. You can decide to actually go against one challenge yourself by purposely choosing it, or you can go in for a mix or a random by clicking the portal in general. This is to help keep gameplay fresh and unique. One of the last ones is arcade. Arcade allows us. Stop that. Arcade is a way to give the characters who didn't like an ending in the story a new ending through going against a set roster, and by the end of it, you'll have a cutscene of what they would have done in the ending, or maybe a comical ending similar to what you'll find in Tekken or Street Fighter. Story-wise, the story overall consists of a world similar to our own. Curate are pretty much an organisation that run to keep demons or the ethereals, however they want to see them as, outside of our realm. Think Men in Black, but more public. The story overall has 3 structure arcs. This can go from stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. You'll go Curate, the ethereals, and a mixed roster. As you play through, the bosses that you face will then become new players in the roster, giving a play-to-win feel to the actual campaign, and want you to push through. Stage 1 and stage 2 and stage 3 will take part in different difficulties, as you go, helping you push through the game and get a nice new experience to keep the curve going. Stages, as we go through, will be added and revoked as you go through the campaign. So, for example, this stage, at the beginning of the story, will be a free-fall map. For some reason, your character is falling and facing another opponent. However, later on in the story, it will be revisited, but the ethereals have actually attacked the world. Therefore, there is a more demonic presence. On top of this, to change the gameplay, so it's not just the standard map where you're free-falling, the hand in the background will mess with the gravity. So you'll see it moving, and that will indicate the gravity is about to change. So it will land on the side of the wall, and it will become a standard stage. And it will do the same to go back to a free-falling map. This also helps add more mechanics as well, due to the fact that if you time an attack, so a low hit, as it changes to the wall, you'll be rewarded with an extra damage buff, and your opponent will go slamming into the wall, either downwards or onto the other side if you're going back into the free-falling. So the game flow through the campaign is set out as easy, medium, hard. As you can see through the graph, it will progressively get harder as you go through. Although the standard easy mode can be selected in AI, in the campaign it will go through a 0 point system, where the 0.5 will reach the highest of easy mode. Once you hit the highest of easy mode, you will then hit the boss fight. The boss fight will actually take place in the lowest part of the mode above. This is to give you a challenge compared to the rest of the fights. This will also be the same difficulty starting with the next part of the campaign. You can decide to play through all the easy parts of the campaign and the medium, or you can follow through on one string. The game flow through AI and custom games is slightly different. You have your standard easy, medium, hard for your AI, however automatic will also be introduced. Automatic is a way for us to give players the ability to know how well they are dealing with the player's character. The character will automatically have a score from 0 to 100. If you play through the campaign, the score will automatically increase, hence the name automatic. Automatic will give you a score between 0 to 100 said, representing how far through on the difficulty turn you are. So if you want to play against an easy AI, you can perfectly choose that score. Or if you want to know how well you are dealing with that character, how well you progress, the automatic score will give you a good idea of how much your mastery of that character is. It will upgrade through wins or through losses, will maybe bring it down a bit, but not substantially, allowing you to feel that you're actually growing with that character. Automatic score will also be different for each character in the roster, allowing new DLC characters to be learnt seamlessly. Our unique features are a way of bringing people in, saying this is not your normal fighting game. R2 will be regenerating health and perks as our main features. Now, regenerating health doesn't mean your health will regenerate through the fight automatically. Regenerating health, we decided to take a more system similar to Bloodborne, due to the fact that Bloodborne gave the player a reward for going straight back into the fight after getting hit with their health coming back. We thought this would be great to keep the fighting up to a quick scroll against each other. Instead of having you throw the character away and wait beside the screen to wait for one person to do a move, this encourages people to run at each other, use their powers, use their moves and pin somebody down. And it also rewards the fact that if you were taking out extremely quickly at the start of the game, you're not pulling back to think what you're going to do. You're going to go straight back in there and hit the guy back. This helps us make it, even if you start strong or if you become the underdog at the beginning of the game, you always stand a chance against it. Also give them a fresh way that experts can go against casuals and still have a great time. Perks. Perks are what we use to make parts in the match dynamic and unique and different each time. Generating health is great, however, at some points it'll probably become bland and boring. However, perks to help to keep that longevity into the game. Perks come in 3 different levels, level 1, 2 and 3. The levels also indicate the amount of slots they'll take up in your character's inventory. They'll have 3 slots automatically, which will be standard for everyone. Level 1s, for example, will have been able to grab for a short period of time. This will allow you to get in close without fear of being grabbed or parried away. Level 2, auto block, this will have substantially less time and allow you to take the hit the next oncoming attack no matter what. Level 3 are more game changers. These are the ones that you pull if you are on the losing side, but you want to guarantee that win. For example, for level 3 we have Survivor's Gambit. Survivor's Gambit has a requirement that you'll have to have lower than 50% health, but if you activate it, you'll be put into a state of extreme vulnerability. But if you manage to land the attack straight after, it will be devastating amount of damage, allowing you to really get the upper hand.
These are some examples of the perks we do kind of type in the game.
We obviously want to increase these perks through DLC or cosmetics. However, to stop the abusement of these perks, when you go into a match, neither you nor the opponent will know what each other have, and you will only be able to activate these once per match. So if it's a 3-round match, you'll only be able to use them once between any of those 3 rounds, meaning it will become a dangerous game of chicken where you don't know what the opponent has, or what they have to put an edge on the fight.
So when you play a game, the first thing that you see are the menus. And this is pretty much the first piece of interaction you'll have with the game. Lots of players will go in and check out their settings to make sure that they all suit their system's needs and their needs for the player. This is why we wanted to have a seamless interface that was easy to interact with and easy to navigate. I want them to be able to feel the interface flow as easily as a good combo flows in game. Again, with heads-up display, we want it to be easy to understand. We know that many people will see some of our unique features as a chance to get into fighting games, as well as like master level players seeing it as a change of their favourite genre. This is why we've chosen this design on screen as it is big and bold and will allow new players to easily keep track of their health and master level players to easily keep track of all of the information they need to make major tactical decisions in the fight. The cutscenes in our game will have many different purposes. There will be cutscenes to establish and develop the story at the beginning and end of fights, and if someone uses a special move during the fight. As our game will use a side-on view, we wanted to take the cutscenes a step further and have them take up new camera angles and movements to make the cutscenes feel more epic and distinct from the rest of the game. This could be so your ultimate feels much more powerful, also that you can really start to learn about the story of the game. The closest fighting cutscenes to ours were those found in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, especially the Ultimates. However, they will remain in our chosen art style, not the cel-shaded style used in Naruto. We really liked the way that they played out and wanted to give our players a similar experience, something that makes them feel really empowered. Bonus material. We plan to have a lot of bonus content in our game so that we can keep it fresh and fun. Not only will the players have the mastery of characters to play for, but they'll be able to unlock items as they play as well. We're going to have a crate system called Fighting Caches, which will allow players to earn new items such as profile cosmetics, character skins, perks, as well as the occasional bit of in-game currency. Currency will also be earned from playing games, but will be earned at a slower rate, and it will maybe take 5 or 6 fights to earn as much currency as you do from one crate. As well as earning items, players will be able to buy them with real money or in-game currency. As well as this, using currency will take a lot more time than using real money, meaning that the fast track option of paying with real money will be much more appealing to them. And as well, on top of this, some of the items will only be able to be unlocked through challenges, which means that players can have unique skins for mastering characters or completing a challenge portal. Yep.
Are these with characters, cosmetics, and upload maps? Like that's the answers will be free. However, they will be required to be unlocked as previously mentioned by the player in some way in the base game, be challenges, game modes, etc. This includes the characters. This means that the players will have something to aim for outside the base game. We'll have give them an idea of future structure for DLC. As we see, we have a chart down here for what we plan to have our DLC released over next year after the game release. As here we plan to have open up with a character and a map, introducing a new character and their respective map. Then we slowly decide to feed the DLC throughout each 7 months, leading up to a new character release, each with like teasing them with the audience with new maps that are tied in with the character design. Whilst also throughout the year offering new challenges during each month up to the game's anniversary, where we plan to release a final character with corresponding map and cosmetics. This is so we can keep on the feet of players throughout the game's lifestyle, so it isn't just thrown aside after one quick play and launch. Any questions?